We are in. Welcome in, everybody. Another world diplomacy. Haven't done one in forever. And we actually have a capture age here that should be showing us the wonder counter and relic counter and everything should we go to that stage. We're going to start this one out here by explaining the rules. Now, players will start in the South Pole or in the North Pole, as you can see. And they have to go to where their civilization is from. So, for example, Asher right here has to make a TC with the kilts on the UK Isles. And this will be a wonderful TC. There will be no wood involved. So I'm, happy to report that his start is going to be horrible. Jan Chest is saying, as our ancestor kept running from the foes, we will do the same. And he is the Cumin, so he will be going over to this region looking for his town center. It is not explored, so players have to find their place in the world first. And Calco is actually playing as the Romans here, so we get the Romans involved for the first time ever in a world diplomacy game. He's looking, he says Salve, all from Rome. He's looking for a spot. There's not enough space here for a TC, but he can put one up here. Up here, northern Italy. Come on the wood line. Is he going to put it in the... He took no liberties with that TC. He took the literal interpretation of Rome here. He's too honest. He's too much of a team player here. He doesn't go to the wood line. The commitment. The sheer will, exactly. S&M is playing as the Berbers, and ooh, that's a little bit too kind of Central Africa for my taste, but it's close enough. And he's going to place his TC over here. Portuguese for Oedipus, and this is our third TC without wood access right away. So that is fantastic. And now Calco is asking to be friends with these people around here, as we see Asher... Well, he's stretched out this way for this woodline. Also has a boar available. And it's going to be fine for the time being. Over here, we also have our Aztecs player Zipla, and I don't think he fully understands where the Aztecs are fucking based. Zipla, what are we doing, bro? Zipla. Listen. Whatever. Well, it's our first world diplo in forever. Zipla is, he's doing something. He's cooking over here, and does it really matter? It probably does, but we're gonna give him some forgiveness. He got confused a little bit. I don't want to restart the game just for that. Byzantines for Vascarius. So we have the Romans, and we have the Western and Eastern parts of the empire. We'll see if they'll be allies at some point in this game, or if they're, going to focus more on their divisions and fight each other. We shall see. Up in the north, we have Chuck Finley playing as the Tatars. That is very north for the Tatars. But it's fine. We have other misplaced TCs anyway. And then Jan is going very far east with the Cumans here, but you know what? The Cuman's range kind of extends over to this area, so maybe he's going to be fine. At the end of the day, we have 5 civilizations. As Vascaria says, we should reunite the Roman Empire, Calco. We have 5 civilizations all in this area. We've got the Celts, we've got the Portuguese, we have the Romans, and of course, we have the Byzantines, and then the Tatars over here. Cumans are kind of on the outskirts, and then the Berbers and the Incatex, or whatever this is, over here in South America. Oh, wow. Agreed, says Calco. He's going to be friends with Vascarius. I see. Why is Europe so small? Because it's real life. This is real life stuff. This is exactly accurate to the size of things. Europe is pretty small. Everything here is mapped pixel to mile. Shouldn't Africa still be bigger? Africa's pretty big here, bro. It's pretty big. There is absolutely nobody over here. Nobody is anywhere near Australia down here. Nobody has reached out towards North America, which can be a very powerful position. And so far, the humans are kind of controlling all of this area in East Asia. And it is extremely congested here in Europe. I would love to see Asher move over towards North America and take control over that. Now, who do you have? Do you guys have the Romans winning? You have the Celts winning this little engagement in Europe. It's a very interesting border here from our Celts player. Do you have the Portuguese on top? He doesn't have any wood lines really. And oh no. Oh no, where's he? Oh, he's taking wood up here. Okay, so he actually went for a lumber camp. That's good. He's taking the Romans wood and he's being walled off of everything by Kelko. Byzantines fishing a little bit. It's important to fish at the beginning. That's why it's usually important to TC a wood line, but I mean, 3 of the players couldn't really do that. Roman Empire is expanding. Yep. Yes, they are. Our Berbers players looking very, very strong. If we're looking at eco units up here, Berbers in the lead with 20. Next best is Asher, actually, with 19. And then we have 16 for Calco. Not the greatest, right? Let's take a look at our Aztecs economy. It's looking okay. He's fishing off the western coast of Ecuador and Colombia over here. And the TC is fine. Still taking sheep, though. And still going to be a little bit delayed towards feudal age. SNM is now asking, are you in need of an African ally? Now, I would be quite nervous if I was SNM asking the Romans or the Portuguese if they wanted to be your ally and you're based in Africa, because proud history of, you know, turning allies into vassal states. And Jan is now asking why Zipla is now allying and saying he might be a future foe. And Zipla saying, no, I just forgot. Certainly, says Calco, first ever commie game. And I'm in the middle of many people. I will be loyal. That sounds like the words of a man who's not going to be loyal at all in the future. I think we should look out for Calco. He seems far too friendly early on in the game. Far, far too friendly. As Chuck is now asking, Jan, is my chat to you not working? Well, it is. And Jan will respond that it is, indeed. As Oedipus seems to be getting out of Dodge. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to North America? Is he going to be the first person over here other than this one eagle? Or is he just going to, he's just going to load up into Africa? Okay, so the Portuguese, looks like the Portuguese and the Berbers might be friends at some point. How can you tell up at the top who is allied and who isn't? If they're... Let's see. Does it have to do with how faded the things are on Capture Age? I'm sure there's a way to tell. I haven't been watching free-for-alls on Capture Age. So like for Oedipus, he's enemy to everyone because they're not, you know, fully colored. These little dots. Highlighted dots are both allied. Empty dot equals one person is allied, but the other isn't. Oh, okay. So they've all tried to ally Oedipus. And Oedipus does not, he's not accepted their alliance. He is enemy to everybody. But they are all allied to him except for Zipla. Interesting. Oedipus might be planning something. Oh! Oh!
I hear the growl of the jaguar. Surely this is a bad omen.
Bro, Zipla, come on, man. You can... Zipla. Zipla. Zipla, please. He deletes the evidence. He deletes all of the evidence and then just sends another villager. He could have just straight up fought that in a 1v1. He was trying to lure this boar from somewhere over here. He's not going to mention that to anybody. He's really hoping that I didn't see that. But you know what? The beautiful thing about Capture Age is that we can watch all of this in slow motion to fully highlight what happened to Zipla here. So we're going to speed up a little bit until he comes out for this, right? And then we're going to watch as he tries to get the boar, realizes it's a 1v1 against a jaguar. He has Loom, so he can just take the 1v1. Jaguar just walks right over his wall. He hits it again. Okay. Hits it again. Runs away. Hits it again. Could still win the 1v1 against the jag. Tries to go for a wall. Fails that one. Hits it again. Could... I think you're out of range to win the 1v1 now. Blocks it. Blocks it. Tries to... Blocks it. And then gets rid of the evidence. So, speed up to the live time as we see players now advancing to the feudal age. Calco saying, are these your sheep? Do you want them back? And Buscaria says, no, I'm okay. I'm fine. Seems like they're fairly friendly here. I don't know why my farms are so low res. It's because they're... He's playing as the Romans, guys. It's because we've gone back in time, all right? Farms didn't used to be as crisp as they are nowadays. Okay. So. We have players in the feudal age. And we have a colony being set up by the Celts over here. Asher. Over on North America. Is Asher over here too? No, it's just his scout and a few sheep. Also have our Cumans player milling some areas and going for the Great House Wall of Cumania. Running out of fish in the north too. So that might be an issue in the future. Africa is kind of getting populated here. The Byzantines stretching out a little bit. From Anatolia. And then we have the Berbers taking over... What is this? Like Niger area? Central African Republic area? Should really be up here, but, you know, whatever. Our Aztec player is... Our Aztec player is wildly out of position. So who are we to talk? Wait. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. We did it. Listen, we did it for Zipla. We got to do it for him too. All right. So it looks like SNM was having some issues. Couldn't win the 1v1 though. He's only on 22 HP. Or maybe he could have. I think he could have won that 1v1. Oh, and he got the house wall down. Or the quick wall down. Oh, and he got another one down. Oh, and he got another one. Oh, and he got another one. And he got it. Okay. So that was the thing, I suppose. And he just gave up. Yep. He just gave up. Castle. Castle from the Celts. Remember, he is allied with Orange right now. But that castle will take control of nothing. And it looks like Calco, even though he's allied, is running away. And what did Blue say? He said, I take this as a reconquest of Europe. And he's enemying the Romans. He's going to try and steal their farms. Calco, we're going to need to delete the farms. I know they're low res, but we're going to need to delete them because your boy is stealing all of them, and he's deleted them. Yeah, good luck with those mills, buddy. Zipla also very concerned, asking, can I expect the European colonization of the Americas? And Asher confidently tells him, yes, you can. Over here, though, the Cumans stretching out in an unexpected direction, going to Australia and taking control of all of this free real estate. Jan saying there is fertile land in the southern sphere. Right. And Chuck saying we should claim Asia for ourselves. Vascarius then letting them know that there's a Celtic invasion of the mainland at the moment. As we see S&M continuing to expand down here, and Vascarius continuing to go for more docks. So the Byzantines are looking to expand into Africa and the Middle East as well. What's up, T-West? But the Romans are fighting back. The Romans have one galley, and the Romans are surviving. Have gone for a new TC over here, and should be up to Castle Age at some point. Definitely has the res to do it. Also some scouts here from Vascarius. He's a little bit nervous about what the Celts are doing over here. Chuck Finley now taking over Asia. He's gone to India in the south, and he's gone over to Eastern Mongolia, Russia area with another TC. Rome has evacuated to the north of the Black Sea. From here, Jason found his skin and did things. Don't worry, guys. He did things. Scouts are coming in. They're killing the Celtic villagers. Well, your Romans, technically, I should have seen it coming. It looks like Vascarius has enemied Asher by surprise, and Vascarius says yes. Remember, they were all agreed to reunite the Roman Empire at the beginning of the game, and that's why they became allies. And now the Byzantines are sticking up for the Western Roman Empire against the barbarian Celts. It all makes sense. It does. I think the most concerning thing for everyone involved in this game is the fact that S&M is just straight booming in Africa. 88 villagers right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 TCs. And fishing eco to boot. Very, very good situation. Also, in South America, Zipla is booming. And Zipla is finally, well, he's finally where he should have been in the first place with these villagers over here. Also fishing in the Pacific Ocean, which is great. It's fantastic. Lots of fish available there. More TCs now coming up from Asher as he tries to expand his economy in North America. The Scots have made it over. And they're making babies. Okay. Oedipus. Oedipus is in Castle Age, folks. He's going for another TC. We haven't talked about Oedipus in a while. He's got 36 villagers. He's TCing a tree. And he's got a decent amount of fishing ships. So Oedipus is going to go for a castle. And Oedipus is allied to everybody except Green, apparently. So he fixed out the alliances situation. As Vascarius now goes for a castle. And Zipla is saying, Celts, this is my territory. And Asher is making enemies very quickly. He's already enemies with Orange and Yellow, the Roman Empire that has been reunited. And now he's making enemies with Zipla, and he's making promises now that he won't expand any further. Another thing I notice here as our Romans player is going for not one but 2 castles is the incredible expansion of the Cuman Empire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional TCs. So he's going to be 7 TC booming. And he'll catch up to that vill count from S&M pretty quick. But S&M is already at 120 villagers and going for camel archers. Now, who does he target first? He's allied with everybody. Remember, you can win via relics and wonders. Relics is really tough on this because they're spread out all over the globe. But maybe wonders you can get away with. We've seen it many times. What's the pop limit? 200. Standard pop limit. More villagers being transported over. Greenland still hasn't been colonized. This can be a really useful spot. We see most of the eco over here from Asher. I will help the East Romans and be your loyal man. Roman of all Romans. Bisons, salve. I can't be the only one thinking that Calco maybe needs to spend a little bit less time in the chat menu and a little bit more time focusing on his eco. But at least we're getting something, you know? Let him cook, okay. Our ancestor taught us well, so we flee Europe, Asia, into new land of kangaroo. Into new land, we flee Europe into new land of kangaroo. And it looks like the Byzantines and the Berbers have now come to an arrangement. We had Vascarius asking S&M if they wanted to be friends. And S&M says, yes, we're not going to expand past here. How do you know there are kangaroos if you haven't been there yet? I'm already there. Ah. Okay. All right. So we got a castle down here from Jan, and Jan is going to secure this whole area. If humans want to go for a wonder, though, humans might be like the worst civ to defend the wonder. I guess they have SO, but they're really lacking any other options. We need some auto-spelling on AoE too? No. I've seen what the filter has done. We don't need anything left up to interpretation from Microsoft. The person I'm most concerned for here, well, there's two people. There's the Romans player who was kicked off his starting area, right? And that's always an issue. But he does have Vascarius to back him up. It's actually Oedipus. Like, where on earth is Oedipus going to get long-lasting resources? I guess he could go for some Fetorias with Portuguese, but are they going to be safe? No. And this is basically the only wood he can access right now. Like, all of the map is being taken, and Oedipus is really not part of any of it. As we see 1, 2, 3 more TCs from Jan, and he's up to 121 vills. Jan is booming. He needs to conquer America, yep. Maybe he could ask the Romans. Maybe he could ask the Pope. He could ask Calco to split South America in 2. Central Asia is still empty. Yeah, he could get over here. True. Chuck Finley is an Imperial H, and Chuck Finley is kind of spread out a little bit, right? He's got stuff in India. He's got stuff in Eastern Asia as well, and still in the north here. As we see now, S&M landing Zipla. Are they allies? It looks like they're allies for now, but we all know how this works, right? Players are allies at the beginning. It's all friends. It's all roses. And then something happens and everyone turns. And it looks like there's a big military buildup on this side as we have 3 castles from our Aztecs player, double castle from the Celts player. And we already had a little bit of conflict up here. Zipla asking Asher to get out of the way. Now Zipla is saying WTF to this castle down here. And Asher is saying, Green, are you allied to Red? Uh-oh, Jan is saying our ancient treasure was stolen by the powerful Romans. So maybe a relic was taken. It looks like 2 relics were taken by the Romans. Maybe the Cumans has something to say about that. I don't think Calco really wants to go up against a man with 143 villagers when he's only got 56. But he does have Vascarius, I guess, to keep him safe. Right now, Vascarius is kind of busy dealing with this stuff from Asher, and it seems like the Celts are going to get kicked off this mainland area. Yeah, Asher has too many enemies. Or potential enemies. He's got Ziplo over here who doesn't seem too pleased, but he's kind of distracted now by this, and he's denied the castle. Oh boy, he enemied red. He denied the castle. The TC is going to go down here to the castle fire. The villager will clear the eagle, but there's jaguars here, and S&M now has an enemy. So, Wallet, Alcatraz, villager scenario, quick wall. Oh no, not it. We know he can quick wall the jaguar warriors, but he can't quick wall the actual jaguar. Get away. Do it. S&M, I believe in you. Do it. Do it. Thus begins the age of lag. From Chuck Finley. And he didn't say it to anybody. Does he? Is he? He only said it to himself. These little dots indicate who you're talking to. He's talking to himself. He's breaking the fourth wall. My dear co-emperor, would an attack on the filthy Tatars and Cumans be wise? My castles are ready. Well, I'm not your co-emperor, but I can tell you that it probably wouldn't be wise. Because they're going to absolutely steamroll you. We already have a wonder. I don't see the notification, though. I'm going to check in the game. Hang on a second. I'm not sure if this is actually standard victory. It should be. We'll see. It's a good place for a wonder. It's a great place for a wonder. He just needs to defend it. And Aztecs are going to have problems defending it, especially when you can't keep castles off of your own continent here. Did they forget standard victory? We'll see. Once the wonder is up, we'll see. No one seems to have mentioned the wonder. Like, no one seems to have mentioned it at all. Which makes me slightly concerned. But who knows? Ooh, look at this. Oh my god, is this Celt Paladin? Is this Celt Paladin from Asher? Asher is all up in here in Scandinavia. He's gone to IKEA. He purchased the stable box. And he's fabricated some stables. And now he's going to be raiding. It looks like the Romans. I think he's allied with Chuck. He's certainly not allied with orange and with yellow. As now the camel archers are over here. And it's a guard tower to try and protect his wonder here. Zipla is in trouble. Zipla's in deep trouble. He's got 155 villagers, but the camel archers are taking out his whole South American operation down here. Jan now asking for access to dock the western part of Africa as the Celt Paladin storm into Europe from the frozen wastelands of the north. And I don't think the Romans have enough to stop this. I mean, it's just a few centurions, some longswordsmen, a galley, and the Western and Eastern Roman empires are going to struggle big time. Meanwhile, Wonder is still being built. The Wonder is still being built. Europe is in flames, though. Europe is absolutely in flames, and we only have 90 villagers here for Vascarius as he tries to go into camels. And maybe some halves to help against this. Kip checks are in for the Romans. Looks like Cuman mercenaries was researched at some point. And he benefits from that. And the Paladins are trying to come through here. We need quick walls from Calco. Will he get them down? Oh. Right. So he's successfully managed to block his own army from reaching the Paladins. But we do have camels from the Byzantines. And Celt Paladins aren't exactly the best thing in the world. They are still the strongest unit the Celts can make. But obviously missing some upgrades. Ah, so they know about the Wonder. Chuck Finley is now speaking to another person. He's no longer speaking to himself. He says, read only to you. I would like to land with +2 range trebs and fell the Wonder. May I count on you? And SNM says yes. So he wants to land here and try and kill this Wonder. And honestly, with Aztecs, I don't know how you ever defend a Wonder. You just don't have the tools. Villager counts for the Romans are looking dire. Asher has more villagers than both Calco and Vascarius combined. And this alliance of Chuck Finley and Jan Chess, the alliance of the nomads, is like they're controlling, what, 50% of the map right now? It's kind of crazy. I really want to watch out for that if I were everyone else. I love the fact that everyone has kip checks too. Like the Aztecs have kip checks. Nice. And they're elite too. Wonder is completed. And it's a pretty sick Wonder. And we don't have the timer. No, dude. Where's our Wonder timer? No. Bro. Oh, no. The Wonder is ticking. I just checked in the game. It is ticking. It is standard victory. It's just not represented on Capture Age. I thought it would be. Oh, damn. Anyway. Over here in the east, it looks like the Celts have kind of run out of steam a little bit. The Byzantines are dealing with that. And Asher said the natives decided to start war. Okay, Rome, you're saved for now. So it looks like Zipla declared war. Why on earth, we don't know. But he declared war against Asher. It feels like he should be really busy down here. Cannon Galleons can't quite range this Wonder. But the Trebs can. And we know the Trebs are coming, right? Where are the Trebs? They're coming. They're on the way. There's even a petard in there. There's some camel archers in there. I think we should wipe out the barbarians, says Vascarius. Dude, you're in no position to do anything. Vascarius still only has 57 vills. Only 75 for the other Romans. And yeah, those towers aren't going to help very much, but this Wonder is going to go down. It's a beautiful Wonder. It's great. You know, you can see the blood from the human sacrifices, some flames and stuff. They've clearly been to the gardening section at Home Depot. I think I saw one of those little plants there the other day. And yeah, now it crumbles into dust. Love the collapsing animation on that, though. Absolutely beautiful. One thing I would probably never get tired of with this game. The building's collapsing. That one was sick, though. It kind of collapsed from, like, both sides. That was fast, says Asher. And now Zipla is saying ally. He's saying ally. Ally to who? He says it again. No retaliation time. I think there's supposed to be a comma there. No retaliation time. I don't think he meant no retaliation time. And he says he didn't like the sudden betrayal. So I think Zipla is going to need to run or find different alliances. He's in trouble. He's in big, big trouble. Big, 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 big trouble. Meanwhile, down here, it seems the Cumans are fortifying Australia. Now, I mentioned it before. Cumans are going to struggle to really protect the Wonder area. They are missing a lot of options. But they do have Siege Onager, and maybe they can get enough Navy around to support it. Who knows? Our Romans players are taking out the Celts forward base in the north in Finland, Norway, and Sweden, and they're going to start expanding back through Europe. Now, what is our Portuguese player done? Oh boy, he's gone for 3 Fetorias. Oedipus. We were talking about Oedipus. How is he ever going to access resources, right? Well, he's just going to go for Fetorias. Why does Purple need 22 transport ships? That's actually a great question. He has 10 in the queue, and he's got 12 on the field, and he's also got 19 Trebs in the queue. That's a great question. You're asking the right things. Also, another great question. What is Zipla going to do? And now Jan is saying Teal want to win together. I build Wonder in Australia. Ooh. So he is going to go for that Wonder strategy. All the villagers from green are being cleared up. He's at 43 villagers right now. I'm going to lose a couple relics. We have Oedipus now coming down with Cavalier. And Oedipus was allied with everyone, so I don't know what he's planning to do with that army. I think there's going to be a clash. The Romans are still together. Like, the Roman Empire is holding on. There's barbarians at the gate. Or there was in the north, but they dealt with that. And there might be some soon to the east. But the Romans are holding on right now. Still, I'm very concerned for them because all of the resources over here are owned by the Cumans and the Tatars. Jan is now going for a castle over on South America. Zipla is still trying to hold on, but he should lose those Trebs shortly. And Zipla, well, Zipla needs to find a safe place. Zipla just seems to... I mean, he needs to find some land that hasn't been taken. Maybe this island here is a good bet. New Zealand has some sheep, right? Antarctica. Greenland? Greenland hasn't been taken. If Zippo could reboom on Greenland, maybe. I mean, it would be it would be appropriate, right? He is green. If he could go to Greenland. Zipla is now walling in his trips. There's still a hole. This is fine. This is fine. We have 24 Trebs for Jan. Where are they? There's some over... Oh my god. This could be the greatest amphibious landing in human history. Or the greatest... No, actually, the greatest amphibious fail in human history was when I tried to land North Africa in that one Europe game years and years and years ago. And I lost 400 units. But this is going to be... It is indeed going to be D-Day. Or in Cuman history. True. Oh my god, what's happening here? Oedipus. Betrayal. Oedipus betrayal on S&M. He took his land. S&M let him boom in peace. And Oedipus has gone for Cavalier, and he's raiding everything. SNM, though, kind of relocating over to this area. I still don't know if he realizes he's being raided right now, SNM. I don't think he does. I think his entire eco is dying and he has no idea it's happening because he's busy on the other side. But Oedipus is going to take over Africa. I said it. I said, don't trust the Romans and don't trust the Portuguese. What's going on in the chat? Rome is open to. Okay, Asher says, ask Rome and ask if enemies of my enemies are friends might work. Calco says, we take gods and people who worship the emperor too. Christians out, though. Okay. It's clearly early Roman Empire. Trade is kind of started here. Only 16 gold on the trade, and Rome's preparing for a counterattack by the empires to the east. As Zipla is now being completely cleared. Where on earth is Zipla? Zipla says he needs jungles. Where is he? Where are his villas? Zipla. What is happening with Zipla? Oh my god, there they are. Okay. I just pressed the idle villager key, and I guess it went automatically to where the transport was loaded up. Zipla is on the run, folks. He is on the run. He's looking for a spot. He's reached the edge of the world. Flat Earthers unite. And Calcos is saying, has Portuguese attacked us? Foscarius is saying yes. He's enemied with the Portuguese. The Portuguese is allied with the Western Roman Empire, though. But Rome is one. So Calcos will likely enemy him shortly. Camels from the Byzantines doing work. We have a lot of food, a lot of wood, but no real gold here from Oedipus. The Fetorias just aren't bringing in res fast enough, it feels like. As Zipla is he's still on the move. Okay, so we were wondering how the Cumans were going to defend the Wonder placement. Yeah. This is it. We have his ally, the Tatars, fortified walling all the shorelines. We have the Cumans here with the Trebs to protect. We have the castles around. And now we're going to have to see what the Romans, the Berbers, the Celts, the Portuguese can do. If they can put aside their grievances once this wonder goes up. I feel like the Portuguese definitely can break this. But the Portuguese player is going to be the weakest player in the game because there are 57 camels knocking at the door, and his Fetorias are going down, and his castles are going down, and everything's going down. Zipla, check, by the way. Still on the move. He is allied with the Tatars, but not the Cumans. And he's allied with the Romans and the Portuguese. But he's enemies with this guy, and Jan as well, weirdly enough. More castles here from Oedipus. Oedipus is in trouble. Big time. Oedipus is dead. Oedipus is dead. And if you're Jan and Chuck Finley, you're thinking about maybe waiting until Vascarius has completely cleared Oedipus before even placing that wonder. You want the Portuguese gone. My people need to be in the promised land, says Zipla. Your people are going to be dead if you run past this castle with this transport ship. Your people are going to be dead. They're not going to be in a promised land. They're going to be dead. Dude. he took a turn real quick as soon as he noticed that castle. Boscarius' fishing ships might have actually helped him out there. He's going to load up the sheep. Need those. Oh, God. Okay. Zipla needs to run. And where is he going? We don't know. The battle still rages in Africa. The battle still rages. Are we at war with Portugal? Says Calco. Vascaria says yes. Jan is saying I bet he is on Antarctica, so they're looking for Zipla. His ally is allied with Zipla, though, so he should know. Oedipus says, oh lordy lord, and I agree with him. Oedipus is dead. And the buildup continues on Australia. The thing is, you think this is like unassailable. You think this is, it can't be touched. I have seen greater defenses than this fall. I have seen much greater defenses than this crumble into dust. I'll put docks in South America. Okay, so they're trying to set up the trade. Zipla is saying, do I get the refuge? Boscarius says yes. Bye-bye, Zipla. Everyone wave goodbye to Zipla. He's too busy chatting and literally defeated. That was all he had left. Defeated. Bye. Poor Zipla. Not to be. Oedipus. He's getting to a point where he almost might be dead as well. He's got 4 villagers. Where are the villagers for Oedipus? I don't know. Where are they? Oedipus? Idle villager is not working. They're up here. He needs to run. He needs to run. He's enemies with the Berbers. He's enemies with the Romans. There is a galleon now attacking his villagers, and it looks like Oedipus is not happy. He says, I'll take you next time. The Portuguese Empire is going to crumble. And look at what is cooking down here. Look at what is cooking. The Cumans and the Tatars are watching all of this, and they're giggling. They're laughing. We have the Romans still kind of building up. Still only 118 villagers for Calco. Vascarius at 118 as well. And they've got the trade kind of rolling here, although it's not. He's only getting 16 gold. So maybe not the greatest trade route of all time. Oedipus still over here with some cavalry. But S&M's going to deal with that, and Oedipus is gone. And now they're setting up big market trade routes. As we have another castle over here from Chuck Finn. Just placed the market already, or the wonder already. This is the slowest buildup. They're going to make sure they have absolutely everything. And the stupid thing about this is they're allied with all these other people. So the other people can see this buildup. If they just happen to look over towards Australia, they'll know what's happening. They'll know what's happening. Celts betrayed me in NA, otherwise I would have been fine. Zipla, you started where the Incas are supposed to start, bro. You were literally like thousands of miles away from where you needed to be. You cheated. You deserve to go down. Sent Zipla back to geography class. Yeah, exactly. Jan and Chuck are up to something nefarious. Aha, S&M is going to notice. Jan is saying onager, cut them trees. And Chuck is saying yes. Now, where are they going to cut the trees? Are they going to cut the trees in like Africa or South America? Are they going to cut the trees from their opponent, or are they talking about cutting the trees here so they can get other stuff set up? Probably here. If he is right about the Tatars and Cumans, steeps, horse, and unwashed pupils, then perhaps Africa should live for now? I'm scared to attack first, if we're being honest. Teal and purple haven't done a thing all game. Actually true. Look at this. They're bonding. The Roman Empire is kind of bonding with the Berbers and the Celts right now. It looks like we got a 4-person alliance starting here. Do we 4v2 them? I think that's a good idea. You could completely wipe everything that they have here. And then you come over and deal with this. This is going to be a massive issue, though. There's so many trebs here. So many trebs. They can easily get a navy set up. The only issue for Jan and Chuck is that their navy kind of sucks with Cumans and Tatars, right? Orange can Drawman their ass. Ah, Drawmans. I forgot about Drawmans for the Romans. That would be okay. The Romans have conquered New Zealand. Jan also needs to go back to geography class. Unless he's talking about, yeah, they don't have any owned sheep over here. Jan is looking at New Guinea and telling everyone that the Romans have conquered New Zealand. They both have new in it. Talks are open. Ooh, everybody is ganging up against these two. And now they've taken a long time. They've taken too long to build this wonder, honestly. Like, they're giving everyone time to like plan what they want to attack with. They're giving them time for their ecos to recover. They're giving them time to cement their alliance. And the world is once again tipping towards war. All right, orange and yellow. How about we put differences aside with blue to secure Australia? Would you agree? Buscari says, all right, so this is the 4v2 alliance versus the expansive barbarians in the east. Then we take the other barbarians. And he only talked to Calco only talked to Buscarius when he said that, and then he immediately says yes to all the others. Classic Romans. Classic Romans. I like the fact that the Romans have just stuck together the entire time. How much are we getting on trade here? We don't know. He's trading somewhere. Maybe here. Maybe here. He is trading down here. 133 isn't bad at all from Asher. They're still trying to figure out the exact perfect way to set up this defense. And honestly, they should just place a wonder. Like, just start it. Just get it building. I'm setting up my trade, but we need naval superiority, says S&M. Now Jan saying, shall I start building? I'm ready, says Chuck Finley. I don't know, guys. I think you need, like, you need a ton of ships queued. Asher has reclaimed his homeland, by the way. Celt Navy is ass. He's not wrong. It is kind of bad. The Berbers Navy is okay. Byzantine Navy is good. Right? And the Romans, Byzantines and Romans can go for Dromans. It's clear. It is clear. And that's about the best place you can go for that wonder. As we see the Cuman wonder coming up. Bomber towers coming up from Chuck. I destroy them in Asia, says Kalkos. And Vascaria says we must hurry. Yep, they got to start taking out their eco right now. We need to start taking out all of the eco. This is a singular chance that the Tatars and Cumans are taking here, because all of their stuff in Asia will likely get wiped. And it's going to be really hard for them to reboom after that. Okay, so Vascarius is saying Rome distracts on land, and then they attack on water. That makes sense. Go to Capture Age Settings, Settings tab, and enable Use Alternate Free-for-All Layout. Oh. Oh. Oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Okay. Okay, cool. We're back. Okay, so we can see the timer up here. We can see the timer. I don't know why this has a little scoreboard thing here, but you know what? We can... Oh, power text being researched. No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I like the wonder thing, but I don't like that. We'll have to figure that one out as we do more of these with capture age that can track wonders. We'll have to figure that one out. I wonder if I can set up, just so you guys know, as we see the wonder being built here, we see the Navy being masked from blue. Just give me 1 second here. We'll watch the Roman attack, I suppose, on this area. See the Romans still pushing in. I have res. I'd rather do military pop. Okay. Nice, Jan. Where is the wonder timer? It's not active. It's not completed yet. Okay, that makes sense. I'll get that wonder timer up there once it's completed. That makes sense. Trying to bush league this format. Because the free-for-all layout doesn't look so good at the moment. But S&M is wiping up all of the villagers. We have the Romans clearing all this stuff in the north. And we have the Wonder, which is now completed. The Cuman Wonder, which is basically someone else's Wonder with some tents in the middle. And what on earth? It's a betrayal. It's a betrayal. Well, I was so confused what was happening. It's an absolute betrayal. Jan Chess gets the wonder up, and then he absolutely betrays Chuck Finley, his ally for the entire game, the man who walled the shorelines, the man who went for the siege onagers and the bombard towers and the cav archers and everything. It's an absolute betrayal of trust. Nomads cannot trust nomads. Jan Chess has betrayed Chuck Finley, and Chuck Finley's entire eco is dying here. Chuck used himself as a shield. As we see the Dromans coming out. Beautiful ships here for the Romans. He used himself as a shield, and now that shield is gone. That shield is gone. What happens when your boy deletes all of the walls around Australia? Didn't think about that, did you? Did you, Jan? Didn't think about that one, did you, Jan? This might be the worst decision of all time. I have been taken in and made a fool, says Chuck. This might be the worst decision of all time. Holy. Is he not enemied anymore? He allied him back. He tried to ally him back. He said, I made a mistake. S&M saying everyone makes mistakes. Join us. Dude, you need to reverse that, Jan. Jan's got a navy. He's pushing around, but humans don't even get bracer, bro. He's got the trebs, which is great, and he might be able to hold. We'll get the timer up and rolling here. Just have a little timer up there, all right? So you can see that. I can't see it because it's too small on my other screen. It had to be accidental. Bro, you don't accidentally enemy someone. You know how many steps you have to accidentally enemy somebody? You have to accidentally open the diplomacy tab. Then you have to accidentally go down the diplomacy tab and accidentally hit on the enemy thing. Oh, and then you have to accidentally target him with your trebs. He was enemying everyone? Oh. And he's still refusing to enemy him. Okay, now he is. Too late, says Chuck Finley. You crushed our friendship. He's not getting back on board with him. And, well, I don't know. Do you think this is going to work out for the humans? I'm not so sure. This whole setup doesn't look so good without the fortified walls around it. I think this might have been the greatest throw in the history of Diplo ever. Let alone World Diplo. What a terrible decision from Jan. What an awful decision. The Celts are coming. Has anyone ever wanted to watch 37 Trebs die to a ram attack? If you were ever interested in such a thing, well, here's your moment. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. Oh my goodness. That's the stuff right there. That is it. And now things got a whole lot more complicated here. Things just got a whole lot more complicated. Because this alliance, which was made to kill Jan and Chuck Finley, as Jan Chess now taps out of the game, says GG. Well, Chuck is kind of dead. You killed him along the way. He's got 15 vills, and he's migrating probably down here again to Australia. And the Romans didn't plan on turning on the rest of these guys this fast. Oh, how naive the barbarians. We infight like barbarians we are. We are Romulus and Remus, brothers of the same wolf. That's Calco. Right. Yeah, I think Calco he's in his element here. He's in his element. What a great civ for him to get, you know? I have 13 vills, but we Tatars are resilient and will survive. Okay. He's resilient and he's going to survive. Celts are still working away down here. More monasteries being placed. from blue. I wonder what the relic count is. We have 2 from blue and we have 2 from Calco. Okay. And we're looking at the resources here. 17.6k gold for Asher. That's by far the most. We have 7k from Chuck Finley. Not too much from Vascarius, but he's looking okay on other resources. But definitely Asher is favored here, I think. Byzantines and Romans are natural allies, Blue. How about we team up? Just to you. So S&M's trying to form an alliance. I suggest to kill red now. And Vascarius says, give me 3 minutes. Interesting. I should take care of this little thing up here, the wonder counter. Jan didn't realize he started the fight. Yeah, that's what everyone's telling me. So Jan just enemied everybody, I guess. God, what a disaster. What an absolute fat finger moment there. Holy, the biggest throw I've ever seen, probably. They spent so long building up together. With Africa and the Americas, we are unbeatable. Remember what they did to you during the Cold War. Oh, whoa. And now Asher is telling Teal to go south. All it takes is one attack round. You know, Chuck Finley could be the wild card in this situation. Look at his res. He has so much res, guys. Chuck Finley could be the wild card. If I was thinking about this 2v2, I would be courting Chuck right now. I would be bringing him flowers. I would be taking him out for dinner. I would be treating him very nicely. Even though he only has 7 villagers. Or 15 vills or whatever. I would be planning everything around Chuck. But nobody else knows he has so much res. Even if he has barely any res, you give him a couple thousand of each, he can reboom. You want him on your side? Looks like yellow is also talking to red while he talks them to orange. He is. Or is it? Yeah, he is. Oh boy. That's Chuck's transport. So, yeah. Also, Asher is buying 100 stone for 301 gold. Okay, they just said go. The attack is on. The Romans have switched. The Romans have turned. The Romans have turned. Byzantine fast fires here. Taking out the navy and... Well, the Berbers military is kind of wedged in between the camels from the Byzantines and the infantry from the Romans. Chuck Finley says orange is treacherous. He still has 8 villagers left. Where they are, we're not sure. Probably over here somewhere. Nope. Yeah, over here, trying to reboom. That could matter later. Dramans attacking the castle over on this side. And, well, Africa, it seems like Africa might be cleared. However, the Celts are an issue. This is an issue. This is a big issue. They're trying to set up a trade line here. I don't think that's going to last. The Celts are landing in China. And they've gone all the way around. Through the Atlantic, through the Indian Ocean. You... What? No, don't land there. Bruh. What are you doing on Taiwan? Get off. Wrong China. Oh my goodness. S&M is dead. But like he said it before. He said, as long as we have South and North America, we can't be beaten. So he's very, very confident in that statement. And they have Chuck as well. Don't sleep on Chuck, okay? Don't sleep on Chuck. Chuck has a lot of res. Romans expanding towards the rest of Africa. Still. Killing everything S&M has. And, ooh, they're setting up a nice little trade line. Imagine they get a trade route from here to here. All the way up to the Aleutians. That's pretty sick, actually. Bro, Calco has really picked it up, hasn't he? It was a bit underwhelming early in the game. Vascarius was kind of holding his hand through it all, but like, look at the military from Calco, 125? He's still got a bunch of res in the bank. The Romans, dude, they're reuniting, and this time the Romans are taking over everything. But he still has to be worried about this. Yep, has to be worried about this. I think Vascarius let him know that the Celts were pushing over here. The Celts have Australia. The Celts have all of North America with plenty of wood left over. And their allies, the Berbers, now have lots of South America, and they have a pretty sick trade route over here. They have a really sick trade route, actually. If he goes to these docks, I don't know which docks he's going to. Yeah, look at this gold rack up from this one little convoy. Oh, baby. Oh, man, he's bringing back 1,400 gold. The push continues. The push continues, but we have Paladin up here. The Celt Paladin have done so much work. They've really struggled against him, honestly. Still, I always say it, it's still the strongest unit the Celts can make. I'm killing all of Orange's Navy reinforcements. Yellow, not orange. Okay. Orange is kind of killing everything you have, S&M. Look at the amount of Dramans Orange has. 17 if he wants to come over and start harassing South America. S&M also really doesn't have an eco, does he? 32 villagers. Like, he hasn't really boomed on South America at all. Speaking of not having an eco, though, 49 villagers for Calco, 41 villagers for Vascarius. Celts seem to be retaking Europe. They are. And he actually has an economy behind it. And he's got a lot of res. Asher is a problem for everybody in this game. He's got Australia. He's got Greenland. Or he had Greenland. There's nothing there anymore. He's got North America. He's taking back Europe. The Romans still have an incredible amount of military. And the Navy is kind of insane, as you see him take out this TC, but where are the Byzantines? Where are the camels from him? There's not many. They're just kind of trying to stop these raids over on the sides. And only 57 villagers with no gold at all for Vascarius. Okay, Dramans have a little bit of splash damage, but they're not the greatest against mass galleons. You need galleons of your own. He does have galleons behind there. You can see he's got a little bit of extra pierce armor, +1 pierce armor. But it's not going to make a difference here. And the Celts still putting in work. I think Asher's played pretty well this game, honestly. He was aggressive at first, and then he expanded Zico, and then he fought back Zipla, and then he landed down here, and then he landed over here. It's done well. The Romans, well, we're starting to see divisions in the empire. Vascarius is saying barbarians are back in Europe. And Calco, well, he's got a lot of military. 148 to be exact. So he's shifting it all back over here. But his economy, how long can he keep this up? He's got a ton of food, a little bit of wood, and 2,600 gold. Still no wonder or anything. Looks like he wanted to go for a wonder up here. Like, that looks like the area that you would put a wonder if you were going to put one. Although I would probably recommend it be right here, out of range of any cannon galleon potential or drumman potential. Stables are being cleared. Still lots of paladin in the queue, though. So Calco has to be really careful with his trebs. Red, I make a treb for that purple castle. Oh, Chuck is starting to get back in the game, too. Chuck's starting to boom, folks. Would love to see more TCs from him, but he's taking care of the purple castle, and he's got a flaming camel inside of his own castle. Romans trying to get the trade started again. Down to 50 villagers for Vascarius and only 38 for Calco. The Romans have a lot of map control, but it's just the economy that worries me with them. Can't even grab these 4 relics either. They have cleared up the landing, though. They did. You know what? The Roman Empire is pretty strong when they work together. Byzantines and Romans, man. Pretty strong when they work together. Vascarius rightly saying I need to reboom. There's still some wood available, especially on Africa. There's tons of wood available. I would love to see them grab these relics if possible and get the trade set up again. We need to build a wonder to prove our culture is superior. Oh my god, what is the wonder? Red saying, is Yellow still chatting with you? I can see everything. Oh no. Vascarius has been chatting with Red for the last 30 minutes. Oh no. He's telling Red he needs to reboom. I forgot that he was doing that. And he has to. How embarrassed do you think he's going to be when he goes to the chat screen and sees that? Guys, the Celts are coming back. It's coming home. It's coming home. The Celts are here. They're taking over England. Still lots of wood available on Australia. I think the wood supply on North America, I mean, there's still a ton, right? Holy. And it's another landing plant from Asher. Am I glad that the transport ship bug has been fixed? Imagine how brutal this map would be without it. I like the fact they're keeping their navy here too. They're shutting off everything and these relics can't be collected. But the trade has been started. How much are we making? 43 gold. It's not bad. It's not terrible. Should have traded to here. Oh no, says Vascarius. Oh no, for what? Oh no, for what? He's still talking to Red. He didn't realize. All right, Chuck. Chuck is going for ranges. Chuck still has the second most gold in the game. Chuck has a ton of resources, and he's going for more trebs. 42 villagers now. Don't worry. If you're wondering how quickly these trebs are going to be on the field, all 12 of them are queued up in the same 90 cav archers! Jesus! Chuck's not messing around, folks. He is not messing around. He's not booming, is the answer. You're asking why he's booming slow. He's not booming. He's making military. And now he's saying, blue, how good of allies are you in red? Ooh. Is he going to turn on SNM? And SNM is saying, I make northern fleets. And now SNM is like, yellow's planning on making a fleet in the north. He's still talking to his enemy. Oh, no. He's still talking to his enemy. Oh, God. I'm just reporting their chats. Okay, the Romans are pushing back. Roman Navy's pretty good. The Drawman and Galleon and the extra Pierce armor and everything. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Chuck is asking, blue, are you at war with yellow and orange? The answer is yes. Did that landing ever come through from blue? Or is he still cooking this? Okay, he's still got some ships coming over. He's landed on Africa, of all places. All right. So we see the markets are being replaced. And blue is here with a force. Blue should be able to push this back. And once again, the Romans are going to have to deal with the Celts. Castle. Damn, dude. Blue might be able to, like, get the relic victory, honestly. S&M has one. There's one available here. There's 4 available over here. Yeah, orange taking one back. I think there was one up north here somewhere, right? There was something. Some relic that I noticed somewhere. Can't remember where it was. Teal's loading up. Transports. Cav archers. Trebs. One was outside the Australian walls. Yeah, one was like right here, but it looks like he got it. He took it. He did take it. He did take it. And I can't see any others. Not yet, anyway. There might be one up here. Oh, there is one up here. Aleutian Islands, right here. Aha. But Scary's just saying, oh my god, one ram. Don't know what that means. But the castle from blue is going to go down. And the ram army is pushing across. He's going for more town centers here. Going to try and establish a little foothold on this side. The trade from blue and red is still going very, very strong. And you can see their gold is ticking up, especially blue's gold. Asher has so much. And now the army is coming in. Celt Rams, Leapwoad Raiders. We do have Roman infantry, though. And we've got some Centurions as well. Very powerful units, especially against Woads. And the Roman infantry has just been absolutely shredding today. He will lose that castle against the Rams. But he's going to be able to clear up all of this other stuff. Will he lose the castle? Oh my god. Does he not lose that castle? Oh my god. The castle survives. Somehow. Some way. And they push back again. Rome is strong when united. Rome is extremely powerful when united, and I think they're proving that right now. To be fair, though, S&M, I mean, he hasn't really helped that much. Well, I guess he's got Navy. Hasn't really helped that much on land yet. As I said that, I sniped some trips. Chuck Finley's coming, though. You remember when Chuck had 7 villagers and I was like, you need to wine and dine Chuck? And you need to make sure that you're friends with Chuck because Chuck could be important. Well, let me introduce you to Chuck. Chuck is here. Chuck is very much here with a extremely casual 90 cav archers and 12 trebs. Chuck is officially not messing around. Also allied with everyone, yep. But there's no wonders or anything. Still no wonder up here from blue. They're just fighting standard. It's going to be a wood game, sure enough. Blue has a lot of wood. He's got a ton of wood. Chuck is going to destroy everything. I mean, there's nothing really left to destroy. Maybe he can attack this stuff over here. Chuck. Chuck, oranges and... There we go. Yeah, the Roman infantry is not going to do so well against that. Not at all. Chuck betrayed us, said Voscarius. Still talking to Red, by the way. I mean, you didn't help him. You didn't give him a place to live. You didn't help him get away. You made no effort to get on Chuck's good side. Absolutely zero effort. You can't expect Chuck to not betray you. That castle's kind of dead. Tatar Trebs on a hill. All of them. 12 of them. Burp. I mean, it is a Byzantine castle, but I don't think that thing's going to survive. No. Now Chuck is pushing in. We got some Hussar coming over here. We're still worried about this if you're the Romans. Are these people or AI? These are all people. These are all people. I think most of these people are like, if I remember correctly, most of them are around 1300. Some of them are a little bit worse in terms of 1v1 elo. Nice reboom, Chuck, says SNM. Yep. This is the extent of Chuck's reboom right here. Barbarians, says Calco. QQ1. Calco is struggling. He's trying to press buttons. He's not sure what he should press. And, well, now the Romans have a lot of problems. They have ships still harassing their trade routes over here. They have Chuck pushing in from this side. And this just feels like an army that's simply unstoppable right now. Silk armor, 90 cav archers with the extra range trebs. Just kind of crazy. However, they're not happy about Chuck. And they're going to start taking out all this stuff over here. Calco has done a really good job with his navy so far this game. Oscarius back up to 111 villagers. So he did kind of reboom like he said he was going to. There is a fleet in the north now, as they've shifted their trade even further south. There is a limited amount of wood as well. Like they're taking the last little specks of wood available in Asia and India. And Africa is now off limits. Oh, Chuck's going for another TC, folks. Chuck is officially going for another TC, but he's losing all of his housing space. Still pushing up with the trebs. He'll lose one treb along the way, but he might lose this entire army, Vascarius, as he tries to push in. The Romans are here now with some infantry, and this might just whittle Chuck down. One step at a time. Chuck is losing units. Chuck's gonna lose, dude. Roman infantry, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Roman infantry with some centurions around it? Holy. I mean, Chuck could have easily hit and run, right? But that's, that was a big loss. I think it's an understatement. Holy, guys, he just lost 12 trebs and 90 cav archers. He just lost 90 cav archers and 12 trebs straight up. He still has 19 trebs. True. All inside of the castle. Every single treb inside of the castle. Why is one of those unpacked? Oh, that's because I pressed this. Where's the unpacked one? Oh, it's right there. It's hiding. I see. Silva Fleet over here near the Middle East for S&M. We're still dealing with landings on Africa. If you're the Romans. And Asher, well, Asher has a few ships. And Asher has a lot of res. And I think Asher should be building up towards a wonder or something. Asher, you got to do something. I guess he's got this army here. The Romans are still taking care of that. And if we look at the KD, Calco is in front. No, S&M is in front. But Calco's KD is pretty good. And for the fourth time this game, the Celts are trying to reclaim their homeland. I respect it. I like the fact that Asher is so committed. He's made 3 TCs here already. This is the 4th, I believe. He's also made a castle on this area. And it has been wiped out repeatedly. But he always comes back. He's always coming back. So if this keeps up, it's an absolute wood game, right? And you can see Calco's already out of wood. Calco is out of wood. He has to come over here and he has to chop all of this. Look at the wood situation. Still some remaining on South America. I don't think there's... Ooh, there's still some on North America. Not much, though. Not much at all on North America. They do have all of this trade set up, though. What's Chuck up to? Where are the Trebs? Trebs are in transport ships. Somewhere. Trebs? Trebs? Oh, Chuck is mixing it up. Chuck is on the way. Read chat. I'll turn on them if you send gold stone. You need a third. And S&M is talking to the Romans. Vascaria says we have neither, but we can allow trade. That is true, but the offer is no viable. Okay. It's no viable. Okay. We are now buying wood. Asher is buying wood. He realizes what's happening. He is buying wood. I think he's maybe doing it a little bit early, but he's stockpiling. He knows things are going to run out eventually. There's still a ton of wood on Australia, though. Like, oh, man. Oh, man. Romans player is still fighting this back. We got more champions here from Asher. He's losing his production buildings over on this side. Teal, Chuck is still wondering where to go. Landing in Europe isn't the worst thing in the world. And landing here wouldn't be terrible either. If you could cut them off of their wood supply in Africa, could be okay. Everyone, let me introduce you to Chuck, who is here once again. 0 trade for Chuck. What the fuck? Chuck! Please, Muscarius, please notice this transfer chip and take it out with all of the Trevs inside. Oh, no. The Romans are open to real negotiations. Red is offering to side with us. It's probably a false friend, but we can hear them. I offered him trade, no response. Vascarius realizes that Vascarius is now only talking to his ally. I am not sending gold/stone. Okay. I think they need S&M. Actually, no. If they go long enough, S&M should turn on Asher anyway. Asher has so much res, though. These legionaries are sick. With the centurions nearby. And the little charge attack that they get. These things are amazing. Absolutely slaying the champions. We have dealt with Persians, Persians, Carthago, and Berberians. We shall never fail. Or fall. Okay. Well, the Tatars are here. So you might need to be a little bit concerned about that. The resources are not looking good for Team Rome. Maybe for Vascarius. I mean, he does have a little bit of gold now. He's got some food in the bank, but we look at Calco. Wood is struggling, right? Food is down to 7k. Gold is non-existent. And now he's losing trade. And he says, I'll be out of res soon. And now he's losing the fight over here, too. Rome should have built a wonder. Maybe. Blue prepping for a wonder? Dude, he's been prepping for a wonder for the last 5 hours. I don't know what this is for, but he's at it. I don't know. He's adding more siege down here. We don't know what Blue's plan is. Yellow is actually not very useful. Yellow kept orange alive for a very long time. And Yellow is constantly reminding him to set up the trade and stuff. Yellow took care of this landing. Yellow took care of this landing down here. Vascarius has been doing stuff. There's also a mole for red, true. He was. He was a leak. That is true. Uh-oh. The Roman Navy's going to go down. I don't think he can replace this. Like, that's it for the Roman Navy. We're looking at gold and wood from Calco and the Western Roman Empire. I mean, just raided to death, as he said. Raided to death with 18 Trebs and 60 Cav Archers. It was an honor to play with We My Empire. Emperor. Okay, great. Rome wall not fall. Huh? Rome wall not fall. Wall not fall. Till the last man then, says Calco. Nice. They're going to resist. Till the last man, woman, and child. And maybe, who knows, maybe the other players turn on each other before then. Maybe it happens. All hail Rome, east and west. I like this. They're friends to the end. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. There's nothing left on the map, but they're friends. But there is still stuff. Look at this. Look at all this wood. We're out of wood here. No, we're not. Never mind. I'll be back in an hour. Need support up here, says Chuck. No, you don't. What do you mean you need support up here? What are you talking about? What are you... There's 7 skirms and 3 light cav. Champions will come help him out, though. And more castles from Asher. Asher's going to go for a wonder, right? Right here? Surely, Asher. Surely you're going to go for a wonder. Right here. Right here. The famous Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming wonder area. Where would this be? Be like... These Great Lakes are not a very good indicator. Where would be the border? Like right here? Yeah, the Great Lakes are slightly out of position there. More castles coming. Calco is asking for res. Ascarius will need to gift it to him. They're falling back, but they're still making more production buildings. And now it's Scorpions from Asher. Asher is pushing back everything. We also have stables down here from SNM. Calco is defending his teammate, though, and they have to defend the wood lines. It's very important. Can you make more than 1 wonder at a time? Yes. But I don't think... If you make like 5 wonders... No, I don't know if you can make more than 1 wonder at a time, can you? In a wonder... victory condition? Yeah, I think you can make more than 1 wonder if it's not standard victory. If it's like conquest, I think you can make as many wonders as you want, but in standard victory you can only make 1. You can? Each has his own timer. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Huh. I've never seen that. Okay, let's see. Nothing will be left but scraps. You have no culture. As Chuck finally says, the Tatars have come to reclaim their homeland. And Asher says the Celts support the retake of homeland of any kind. Okay. Well, all of the lumberjacks are dying here for Team Rome. All of the buildings are dying here for Team Rome. All of the units are dying here for Team Rome. The Berbers, the Tatars, and the Celts are not being very friendly. When will Asher go for that wonder is the question. And what can the enemies do about it? Or his allies? Also, wood eco. And S&M says, we don't judge another man's wood eco here. Ooh. Damn. He's got petards inside this castle. It's like waiting for Chuck to make a wonder or something. Asher's waiting too long for the construction. I don't think Chuck might be able to snipe the wonder once, but I don't think he can keep sniping it. And I don't think S&M is going to have enough to stop Asher. I'd love to see it, but I think Asher's going to win this one. Almost 3 hours in, by the way. Remember, Asher still has access to all this wood down here. He doesn't realize it yet. Like, he should be looking. This is incredibly important. You know how expensive this stuff is at this point? Like, how much wood is here? Oh my god. 8,500 wood? Let's check a market. What are the rates? What do the rates be at? What do the rates be at? I'm blind. Where's the markets? I'm blind. I am... There it is. You're buying wood for 160 gold. You're selling... Or no, you're buying for 218. You're selling for 160. What is the street value of that wood? If you were to presumably sell at that rate. Street value of 8,500 wood. Words without thought never go to heaven goo? What? I don't think Claudius said goo. It's from Hamlet? Did they say goo? Well, Chuck is here now with some Hussar. 187 Hussar, very casually, extremely casually queued in all the stables here from Buscarius. So he's going to keep, you know what? He's going to keep fighting. There's still wood. There's still so much wood down here. Holy, there's 18.6k wood down here. What's the street value of that? We have more docks up here from blue. Just place the wonder, bro. Just place it. Chuck's gonna lose all of his trips. Oh boy. Well, he didn't lose all of them. Still some Cav Archers. 165 kills on these, by the way. Meanwhile, over here, Blue just clearing up all this stuff, and he's going to take control over all of this wood. He's still chopping over here. He's walling in the relics, and is he going for a relic victory? No. That's just too hard to accomplish, right? I guess the relic victory is only 200 years, though, whereas the... He's going for a relic victory. There's one over here, Blue. Does he see that? No! No! Well, this isn't gonna pan out. Who else? Does anyone else have any relics? SNM also has a relic. It's right here. I feel like you could sneak up and attack ground this and then steal it without anyone noticing. Right? SNM is going for a wonder. Is he? Where? Still 202 Hussars in the queue. Rome has been reduced to a house, but it will arise again. Where's the house? Where do we think the house is? From Calco. Oh, we'll never know. He's defeated. Rome has fallen. Ah. Checks out. The Celts and Tatars have reclaimed their homeland. The last of the Byzantine cavalry has fallen. GG. So the Romans are out. You know what? I think Rome did really well this game. I think the Romans were the most entertaining faction. And I think they were good friends, and they solved a lot of problems. Everyone had enemied them at some point, and they held firm for a long time. Also, Vascarius telling S&M exactly what they were going to do for about an hour was gold. He is the leak. S&M reporting it like he's going to build a navy in the north. So, says Chuck Finley. So indeed. Finally! Oh my god, finally! We have Asher building a wonder, folks. This little area has been here for probably an hour and a half? 2 hours more? And he's building the wonder inside. He had it all planned out from the beginning. He's got to be careful, though, because a lot of his military is over on the mainland. He needs to get it home. He needs to get it home for the wonder. And oh. Now, this is an interesting strategy, considering there's a castle right here and villagers from your enemy. The wonder from blue will go up first. Chuck's saying ready to win. And I think Chuck, I mean, I've seen Chuck do some pretty good landings, and this is very open. I think Chuck can snipe the wonder from Asher. We might have ourselves a photo finish here. We might have ourselves a little bit of a photo finish. Huh. How much wood supply do we have? We still have a lot of wood from Chuck. And some gold, too. More villagers are being brought. What's the percentages at here? Once all these villagers are starting to build, we're going to have 37 villagers, and it's at 23%. Now we have 29 villagers, it's at 54. So the wonder from blue will definitely go up first. Definitely. And S&M has enemied. And he said, I got his trade. Well, maybe not. Looks like blue's trade is going to run it back anyway. Okay, now he's got his trade. I don't think this is a very great idea. But I guess he needs to lose pop. And he's got enough gold. He's okay. All he needs to do is withstand one push. Somehow. No! Blue had Trebs inside and the wonder from red goes down. This is why you don't build... This is why you don't build wonders there. Come on. S&M. We need an island empire. Right here. I've built a wonder here before. It can work. Trust me. Trust. Trust. Where else can you make a wonder? You can make a wonder here, very sneakily. You can make a wonder in the center here. Blue doesn't have any military left over now that Chuck Finley's taking care of it all. And there's the wonder from blue. Let's see if we can get our little counter. Our little counter is now up on the top right. You'll have to keep me updated on that because I can't see it. Only the stream can. Why not the Amazon rainforest? Seems like the most fortified area for red. Yeah, maybe. 486, 389, 489, 49, 47, 49. Okay, chat, chill. Chill. Okay, you don't have to keep me updated in real time. Just give me important numbers. Oh, God. Another castle? Or another wonder? He still has villagers here, and he still has a castle here with Trebs. Does S&M see this? He knows! He knows! Chuck is buying stone for an insane price, is he? 494 gold for 100 stone. You're not wrong. It is kind of insane. And Chuck will go for the wonder. He's going to attempt to hide his wonder behind Mount Everest. We don't know if it's going to work. We don't know how many villagers he actually has coming forward for this. I don't think that's enough. 8? Soon to be 7? I don't know if this is good enough, guys. We've got ourselves a standoff. Celtic wonder over here. The dumbest wonder placement we've ever seen over here from the Berbers. Just let it go up, man. I mean, this wonder's dead. 100% it's dead, right? Like, he's not respecting the fact that Asher is literally here with Siege. And the wonder from Chuck is being built now. Okay, he's going for a castle, though, once the wonder completes. Blue could get sappers and send the vills and kill this wonder. It's so dumb. There's a push through the center here, though. We've got a Treb from Chuck. We've got Hussars here from the Berbers. And some Celtic Kipchaks to defend. Because of that Cuman ally from before. Military now coming back over from S&M. It is a navy. He's going to start to clear up the docks. He's maybe going to start to think about clearing a landing area for Chuck's Trebs. How many Trebs does Chuck have? Right now he's only got 3. He's got more in the queue, but he's housed. What happened to the population? What happened to like the 25 Trebs that Chuck used to have? We need those. He's housed. He needs to delete some stuff. Blue is also housed though, so he's really struggling to or sorry, he's pop cap. Blue was also pop cap, so he's struggling to get Rams out down here. Rams will be coming though, and the wonder will die. Just let it go up. I just want to see the Berber wonder. It's not going to complete, is it? It might. It might. Yeah, it's going to complete. All right, everyone, enjoy the wonder. For what it's worth, enjoy the wonder, folks. Because it's not going to be here for very long. It's a beautiful wonder. It's a nice little wonder. And it's dead. That's a sick animation too. Let's take a look at Teal's wonder. Don't worry, he's casually building with 7 villagers. He's going to be fine. Red is now attacking the entire shoreline of North America. Bro, it's so open here. It's so open here. This isn't open. He's got everything up here. Like, does he not think that there could be a potential of a landing here? Look at what he has. Like, this is less likely that he's going to land up here than it is over here, bro. All the production buildings in the center going down. I guess the only question now is, will SNM build another wonder on Australia? It feels like I think he will. And I think this time, finally, it's going to be an okay position for him. He's now selling everything. He's going to buy some stone. He's going to place it. He's going to place it. He's going to place it in the same spot. Right. Uh-oh. He knows. He's taking out the TC from blue. He is taking out the TC from blue on the homeland. Canadian galleons can't Or these are just regular galleons, but I don't think cannon galleons can reach this from over here. They can reach from over here. And Chuck says he's massing trebs. How many trebs, Chuck? Remember, we still have the petards in here from red. He's only got 5 trebs right now. I don't believe any of the numbers you're telling me, so I tab back into the game. 360 left on the Wonder. Uh-huh. And more bills from Chuck. Hang on a second. Hang on. Everybody hang on. Okay, there is a world in which Chuck Finley wins this game. I just need you to hang on. We need to hold. You have petards in my castle, says Chuck. They're friends now. Maybe he'll take them out of there. The petards are out. Petards are out. Chuck has 6 trebs. We need more trebs, Chuck. We need to just send these hussar in, I suppose. Military is dying here from Asher. Asher only has 13k gold and 16k wood. He had a lot more before. Chuck is basically all out of gold once the queue is gone. And Chuck's Wonder is up. And that has to be one of the most underwhelming wonders I think we have in the game. Wonder counter ruined. Okay, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. The fight is on. The fight is on, and these are super long-range trebs. Super long-range trebs from Chuck. Blue can't underestimate them. Blue probably should prep another Wonder right now. Well, he should have prepped this stuff before, like the production buildings and stuff. He had so long. He spent like 5 years waiting to build that Wonder, did he not? The Wonder is still going up for red, by the way. And blue, ooh! Ah ha 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 ha! Blue has cannon galleons over here, and blue can come over and kill this Wonder for a 3rd time. If he can manage to keep his alive. And he does have a lot of land military. All he needs to do is snipe traps. You also want a ton of villagers. You want all of your villagers around your Wonder to repair it. All of them. You need them all there. They're coming in. And they're coming in hot. We'll be back with these cannon galleons in 3 to 5 business days when they finally reach their objective. As we see blue coming in, he's going to try and snipe the trebs. Paladin is still the best unit he can make right now. And you can see Paladin do really well against the trash units from the other side. Still no landing or anything over here. No trebs over on that side. Chuck is packing up his trebs into a transport ship, though. Chuck is getting ready. Chuck's getting ready to go. And on the other side, we could have multiple snipes at the same... Hello, Zipla. We could have multiple snipes at the same time. The petards are waiting. The trebs are waiting. There's Navy up there from blue, and Teal wants to avoid it. There's no way blue can stop this. Tatar trebs. All he has to do is send the Hussar over here, bait the units a little bit over to the right, and there's no repair villagers from blue there. You can just straight up kill this castle if you play it correctly. And it doesn't look like he sees the transport ship right away. The trebs are here. Just got to get in close and attack. Just have to get in close and attack. I know my little counter thing is not correct. There we go. How many years, guys? How many years? Oh, he doesn't have any villagers. He doesn't have any village. You need villagers to repair, bro. And the Celtic Wonder goes down. And now the Wonder lead, well, it's in favor of Teal. Last shot from the Canagalian. Last shot. One last shot. Maybe the villagers attacking. Can they out repair the damage? Oh, shit. The Canagalian goes down. He does not lose the Wonder. SNM. He does not lose the Wonder. And now it is a race between Teal and Red. And he is all out of res here, folks. He has no stone left to repair. The counterattack from Blue doesn't work. But Chuck is out of gold. Chuck is out of gold. S&M is saying, so ally. Asher still has a ton of res and could theoretically make another Wonder of his own. Is there still wood left? I think there's some in Africa. Yeah. Bunch in Africa. And that's about it. There's some in Australia. There's a few trees over here. That's about it. That's all we got. Asher should make another Wonder immediately. Yep. Yes, he should. Go, petards. You can do it. Absolutely destroyed. Just like the eco down here. Chuck's going to lose the remainder of his economy. I can't believe this is where he decides to put the Wonder. Like here. Like this. Also, your Wonder is on fire, bruh. Blue can still win this. I still think Blue is the favorite to win this. I mean, our Tatars player doesn't want to spend his stone to wall in the Wonders, so he's just going for houses here. He should get villagers close to it, though, right? Okay, well, there's nothing left in South America. Except, oh, this army from Chuck. Chuck needs to bring this army somewhere else. Where are the transport ships? Chuck has transport ships over here. Chuck desperately needs to bring this army. And SNM is saying, we can trade again if you ally. Trade with who? Blue? I guess he's talking to Blue. Chuck, we need to... there's transport ships here. We need to get this army out of here into your Wonder. The guy was dead. We can't let him win. True. They did open their arms to Chuck. They opened their arms to Chuck, and now he's about to win. But I mean, this is Asher's fault, right? Like, Asher should have won this game already. Too weak, he had to depend on us. This would be embarrassing. True. Ooh, he's been enemied by Red now. And this army is going to die. Unless you get it out of there right now, Chuck. Chuck, what else are you paying attention to? We have other army here, Chuck. We have very valuable army. Chuck says, Red, we've come so far. I'm going to try something. If it doesn't work, I'll ally. Ooh. Where is he going to try to attack? And yeah, red says, I can defend your trebs here. And this wonder spot looks like the worst idea ever from Chuck Finley. Because if he lands trebs here, how on earth are you going to kill them? There's a navy to support. Maybe should have put it a little bit more in the middle here. Maybe behind the mountains would be a good idea. Who knows though? What's the counter at for Chuck? Let me check. Counter is at 310 years. First 200 years go quick. You know what they say. Right. So he's trying something. And the battle for the wonder begins. The battle for the wonder begins. You know who the players are. We're going full theatrical mode for this one. The Tatars are defending their wonder. They've set it up on the eastern side of the Himalayas. They have many hussar. They have cavalry archers behind, but the Celts are coming in. The fleet from the Berbers waits in anticipation in the south. As the Rams continue to push in, more siege behind. And the Rams are still pushing. The Rams are pushing, but there's a lot of army here for the Tatars. The houses are down. The Rams are coming in. The Rams are stuck. Door stuck. Door stuck. But the Rams have managed to sneak in here. Oh no, they're all stacked up. No, dude. They're all stacked. Oh no. They're all stacked, and we go back to the regular mode. SNM says, no way Giga Chad when he snuck in there. And SNM now has his wonder remaining. And that is just too bad for Chuck Finley. That's simply too bad for the Chuckster here. Because the only wonder timer left is the most unlikely wonder of them all, which is reds. Chuck says, wow. Blue wins after he easily snipes red's wonder. Well, we'll see. He didn't snipe it last time. Ah. Right. Red is allied with... No. Blue has spies. That makes sense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the one with only 2 rams! Oh, no. You're right. He wins after he easily snipes his wonder. Bruh! You have one job! And now Asher is buying more stone, and Asher will simply go for another wonder of his own. And the wonder from red collapses into dust for the 3rd time. And he has sunk a lot of res. 3k of every single resource. Except food. Oh boy. Eco check for red. It's not good. He's got 1 on gold. 12 villagers. Somehow. Somewhere. We don't know where they are. Ah, they're here. 7 villagers there. How's Chuck doing? Chuck still has army here. Chuck is still in the game. And Chuck is now going for more pikemen and more something. But how on earth do you take this out? You deserve it. So what res do you have? I have navy, but can't make anything else. That is true. He has no wood. He has no gold. And blue has all of the res. Blue's got all of the res. Don't worry, red has 2 trade cogs, though. He's going to be micromanaging the hell out of these. 225 gold in each one of those. That's big. That's huge. He can afford like 100 wood. Chuck has said goodbye. Chuck is gone. Don't think red has a market, Dave. That is true. That is probably true, yes. That is probably true. He needs to look for building foundations to delete because he can't even afford a market. And there's not a single... Oh! Guys, he could go for a lumber camp. No, he could. Yeah, he could because there's more trees up here. He could go for a lumber camp and collect this and then make a market. The Navy's coming over. And you know what? This wonder, it just might be in range of cannon galleons. I don't think it is, though. If they can go up to this little section of ice, it might be in range. I don't believe it is, though. And I don't know if red even has any cannon. He does have 2. GG, says SNM. And he gives it up. And Asher has won this one. Asher has won this game. Congratulations, Asher. That was a good one, actually. That was a really good one. Shout out to Zlipla for dying like an absolute chump. Also, shout out to Edifice for as well. Kind of dying like a chump. The Roman Bros for stitching the Empire back together. The worst misclick in the history of mankind from Jan, who completely threw the game away, but it made it entertaining for us. Chuck Finley for the comeback. Asher for the ram stack in a place where we didn't know we could fit 12 rams, but we did. And then SNM as well. Can't spell bromance without Roman? True, dude. True. KD, fairly good for Asher. Look at the eco, though. Asher, like, has so much gathered compared to everyone else. Not only relic gold, trade profit, food, everything. Absolutely everything. Really, really good stuff there. Well, it was World Diplo. I had fun. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you come follow my Twitch channel and blah, blah, blah. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.